This was around for a long time before you finally got to go.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really want to. Actually, at first I wanted to do it, and then it turned out it was with a studio, and the studio, it didn't have the same taste as we had. And I realized that I can't fight that anymore. I'd had a lot of those discussions on Departed. Not bad, not ill-mannered or mean-spirited in any way, but we had different points of view, and different points of view of morality, different points of view of taste, and I found it to be. I don't know if I can go through it again. I think it was very. There was no sense in doing it, if that's the case. If that's we have to continue to make pictures.
Right.
There's no sense, because a film like that, you should be able to be open, free, and blast it out, because that's the world you're in, like it is in Wolf. So when we came up against that immediately, my enthusiasm dampened, as they say. I said, I don't think I can suffer. I can't suffer through it. I can't, because every word will be up for argument, discussions. I said, I can't do it. There's no sense in doing it. Why should I? And so it went away, especially when the economic crisis happened in September 2008. I went off to Shutter Island. I needed to do Hugo also with Grant King. We had talked about that for years. I wanted to do Silence, which we hope to get to do. But during those years, Leo kept pushing around with the story and the project. But primarily, they knew that the only way that I would be able to do the film with them is if I had the creative freedom, within a budget and schedule and that sort of thing, of course. But they really have the freedom to be able to do and say, well, we want it on screen. Finally, he met these gentlemen who were Joey McFarlane and Riza Aziz from Red Granite, and brought them to meet me. But I was still against that. I can't go through that. This would be so consuming. I'd have to live with this for 2 years, more than that, really. And I would have to be so into it. The energy level has got to be so high, which is okay. But I just come from other things. I was involved with HBO, Boardwalk Empire, documentaries on George Harrison, Bob Dylan film we did. So I was, into other things. But when they finally presented to me the fact that it would be pretty much free, you'd be free to do as you think is right for the subject, and a sensible budget and a sensible shooting schedule, I agreed to do it then.
So all those pieces just felt like where you were comfortable with them.
Yes, it was when Hugo was. I think we were out in California, and I think it was after the Broadcast Critics Award. I think it was right around that time. We went back to the hotel and we were all talking. And I said, because I would just run. Usually, if they came, certain people come towards me, no, and I'd run away. I mean, it was exaggeratingly over dramatic about it, opera style. Please, no.
You're not throwing money at me.
Please, no. No, but it's not the money. It's like, this is a hard picture to make. You got to really get into it. What's going to be different about it? I mean, what's going to be different about it from Goodfellas or Casino to a certain extent? Because you're dealing with a similar world. I mean, the similar mentality. Only they're legit, quote unquote.
So what was your answer to yourself that made it worth doing?
I think at one point I realized that I could take the style and push it and make it, I hope not a repetition of what I had done 20 years ago, but 15, but to take it and create a feeling in the audience of being literally inside the minds and the hearts of these people, and to break the narrative, to not have a continuity, to go with a kind of drug-fueled continuity, so to speak, where things happen, you don't know what's going on. People, this is what happens. The lifestyle. Suddenly, plane comes to save you, and it's a true story. The 3 people got killed in that plane. I mean, things happen around you, or the butler taking over the house to have a party. Living a lifestyle like that, you have people around you where it what's the word? It encourages that. That's what comes with with the dinner, in a sense. And so you live in it, you're part of it. It's crazy. And if I could have captured that, I thought we could do something. I still wasn't completely sure while we did pre-production. And the pre-production we didn't have much pre-production because Leo was doing Django, and Terry, of course, we were doing Boardwalk Empire. Terry went, so we tried to get together and talk, but we kept working on the rewrites and changing the tone of it. The tone at one point, I think, like the book, the tone was, I don't know Jordan, but I didn't meet Jordan at all during the...
Didn't want to?
No, because he's very persuasive. I don't want to get into it. Suddenly, somebody buzzing in your ear, or, got enough of that.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to be alive, too. So therefore, I want people buzzing in my ear, but I want the right people. People I trusted, and people were making the film together. But I felt sometimes there was a revisionism in his approach to his attitude in the book. And that fed into the script. And I said, I don't want to revise. What if he just enjoys it? What if he says, I'm a drug addict and I like it? People will be upset. He likes it. He's young. He doesn't
So you're
know.
having that conversation with Terry? Or just
Leo.
Everybody?
Leo and me first, and then Terry. And then Terry agreed, and he changed a lot of the voiceover to have another tone to it, which was a kind of, I guess, again, I hate to use the word, but provocative tone. Saying, this is who I am, this is what I do, and if you don't like it, who cares? Because we run everything, we do. This is a small company, supposedly in the 80s or 90s, right? But it's just symptomatic of the mindset of the bigger companies. And where are we now? I mean, the reality is with that disaster that's occurred that the whole world is reeling from, who's culpable, who's responsible, and who went to jail. A lot of billions of dollars paid off, but billions of dollars, I think, on that level, believe me, the billions, that's lunch money.